Freddy, if I leave now, nothing will change, will it? There will be more disappearances.
Yes, I am afraid that is correct. Gregory, you have a choice to make. The door is open, and you can go. Or you can continue to investigate the secrets of the Pizzaplex. I feel there is something else going on besides Vanny.
Hello everyone, my name is Kavin Catastrophe, and I'm here to bring you part 2 of Five Nights at Freddy Security Breach Hidden Story. This video series is me trying to uncover the hidden story within Security Breach, as I use information from Fnaf Help Wanted, Fnaf Special Delivery, and Fnaf Security Breach to discover the true mysteries behind the Pizzaplex. Now, I highly recommend you watch part 1 of my video, as this video is literally a continuation to that. But here's a small recap. Long story short, in that video, I explained that Vanessa and Tape Girl is one and the same, as she tried her best to stop a virus known as Glitch Trap, but ultimately failed, as Glitch Trap had taken over the body of a beta tester and has manipulated events to allow it to gain access into Fazbear Entertainment systems using Vanessa's Fazbear's account. In part 1, we had used the 16 tape logs spread throughout Fnaf Help Wanted, and combined with the Fnaf Special Delivery emails, we was able to piece together the full story. We are going to do that again, but instead we are going to use the retro CDs, the 16 retro CDs, spread throughout Fnaf Security Breach, and once again, combined with the Fnaf Special Delivery emails, we will piece together the full story once again. If you guys want to know more about the Fnaf AR emails, go ahead and watch the part 1 video as I go into details of what those are. But long story short, Fnaf Special Delivery, or Fnaf AR for short, is a mobile game where you are a subscriber of Fazbear's Entertainment Fun Time service, where animatronics are delivered to your house where they were supposed to entertain you, but due to a glitch, tries to kill you instead. You are accidentally given emails in that mobile game, and those are the emails we will be using. That game is going to be important for the lore of this video, so please keep that in mind. And for those who don't know what are the retro CDs, the retro CDs are the 16 hidden CDs spread throughout the Pizzeriaplex in Security Breach. To find them, you must upgrade Glamrock Freddy's eyes by using Roxy's eyes that Gregory gets once Roxy is defeated. And in order to play these CDs, you must gain access to a secret room that can only be entered if Freddy has Glamrock Bonte's claws, Glamrock's Chica's voice box,
Good job. Now looking spiffy.
and a fast cam. These retro CDs and this secret room, which looks vaguely familiar, are very important, as basically you need to be fully upgraded and have defeated all of the animatronics to gain access to them. Whatever secret these things contain, it's clear that Stevo Studios only wanted us to know about it until after the end of the story portion of the game, where we are able to free roam. And what are these secrets these CDs contain? therapy. I mean, yeah, we definitely need it after going through everything we just went through to get here, but no. More specifically, they are recordings of therapy sessions from Fazbear's Entertainment for 2 clients, one being Client 71, Vanessa, and the unnamed client, Client 46. The first CD number represents the tape itself, the second and third number represents the client number, and the fourth and fifth number represents the sessions numbers. Both Vanessa and Client 46 has a total of 8 therapy session tapes. This equals up to 16, the same number of tape logs from Help Wanted.
Coincidence? I think not!
So the mistake most people make when listening to these therapy session tapes is that they listen to them in order, which is understandable. Because of the first number, people will go down the list of numbers which the therapy sessions are given, and while the timeline of events are in order, this is not the way you're supposed to listen to these CDs. Not that you had a choice to begin with. You see, in Security Breach, you don't have the option to choose which CDs you want to listen to. Once you put it in, it will automatically go down the list of numbers. You see, this is an attempt from Steelwood Studios manipulating the player into doing something wrong while it looks like they are doing it right. But the actual way to listen to these therapy sessions is by focusing solely on each client's therapy sessions only, and that's what we are going to do in this video. So first we are going to start with Vanessa and her sessions, and then go back in time and listen to Client 46's sessions. So whip out your old Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass and dust off your old psychology degree, because we are going to super analyze the heck out of these sessions. So let's begin with Vanessa. First therapy session, CD1, Client 71, 39th session. But keep in mind, while this does say CD1, this is Vanessa's 39th therapy session.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you feeling today? You look a little tired. Well, it's been a while since we last spoke. How's your anxiety been? You did so well with your calming protocols when we first worked together. Are you still using those? Yes? Okay, good. Well, now I understand there's a new issue. It came on just recently, rather suddenly. Can you tell me about it?
What issue? I've been doing my job. I come in and sit at my desk and do my work.
Yes, of course you do. Your performance reviews are good. But a routine check of your online history has revealed that you spent quite a bit of time with someone in an encrypted conversation. We have transcripts, and I've read them. But it's not clear what you're talking about in these conversations. I can't make sense of it. You must be getting something from these that I'm not getting, right? Who are you talking to in these?
No one. Sometimes I talk with Lewis. He's in the marketing department. He's nice, I guess.
Yes, I see Lewis here. But there's someone else.
So yeah, believe it or not, the first therapy session tapes actually gives us a whole bunch of information. Most specifically, the time in which this takes place. And thanks to the special delivery emails, we are going to learn what happened to Lewis, why Vanessa is in therapy, and why this CD is called CD1. Vanessa mentions Lewis and how he's in the marketing department. Now, this is weird. We know from the Fnaf AR emails that the Lewis we know works in the IT department. But why is he in marketing now? Did Steelwood forget he was in IT? No, this is Steelwood letting us know the timeline in which the therapy session takes place. You see, while Lewis was in the IT department, he went against protocols many times to help Vanessa. When he had seen Vanessa was acting weird when it came to monitoring her account search history, he should have let Fazbear know about it immediately, but instead, he would email Vanessa letting her know about the strange search histories. You see, Lewis had quite the smart crush on Vanessa, and he didn't want Vanessa to get in trouble. He works on the same floor as Vanessa, and they are the only ones on that floor around the same age, meaning that they are probably friends and understood what type of person Vanessa is. a sweet, nice, innocent girl. But even though Vanessa's search history was getting more and more extreme, he still decided not to tell Fazbear Entertainment about it, choosing to warn and help Vanessa about it, not realizing those strange search histories was actually from Glitchtrap. I can only assume that Fazbear Entertainment recognized that Lewis was aware of what was going on with Vanessa and didn't follow protocols and had decided to move him in the marketing department. Why marketing? Well, it would seem that the marketing department was lacking in employees as there were 2 layoffs and 1 employee, Chris GB, who went from marketing to social media content manager. So I guess there was spots open. But this begs the question, why doesn't Fazbear Entertainment fire both Vanessa and Lewis? One obviously wasn't doing his job properly, and the other was caught making a fake Fazbear Entertainment IT department account. Well, for Lewis, we know thanks to the emails that he has student loans to pay, and it's also thanks to these emails that we know that Fazbear Entertainment has an internship program, which I must assume Lewis is a part of. This means, I guess, they decided to give Lewis a pass. As for Vanessa, well, once they learned Lewis wasn't doing his job properly, Fazbear Entertainment actually got professionals to look at Vanessa's account search history and discovered that, yes, by paying attention closely, it's clear that Vanessa's account was being hacked, and the same person that hacked her account is the same person who has hacked into their systems. But they also believe the same hacker is the one who created a fake Fazbear IT department account to trick the new video game company into giving access into their systems. And how do we know this is Fazbear's mindset? Well, thanks to Lewis' emails to Vanessa. He, or should I say they, believe that the same hacker that is hacking into their systems is also the same person that made the false credentials to the new video game company. Hey Ness, I haven't heard from you. I guess you probably know that. Does Pizzaplex mean anything to you? Whoever created those false credentials also used them to override security protocols and allowed a data packet through after it was flagged as a virus. I know it wasn't you. I just need you to say it, or write it, whatever. Please just get in touch with me, Lewis. Now I want you guys to pay close attention here. Lewis says whoever created those false credentials is also the same one that overrides security protocols and allowed a data packet through after it was flagged as a virus. He and Fazbear knows Vanessa didn't do it, but still needs Vanessa to say it or write it. When you first read this paragraph, I'm sure it looks like this was Lewis, who we know has a crush on Vanessa, desperately asking her to just give him that confirmation that she didn't do it. But if you read it carefully, he's actually asking her to give an official statement. That's why he says, I just need you to say it or write it, so that way they can document it. Fazbear knows she didn't do it, but still needs her to say she didn't do it for legal reasons. So basically, we are all good. Vanessa is in the clear, but Vanessa's being a bit stubborn here. You see, Lewis asked specifically to Vanessa to admit, to confirm she is not the one who created those false credentials that tricked the new video game company into giving access into their systems. But the problem is, she is the one who did that, and she would technically be lying if she said she didn't do it. So let's recap what happened back then. Glitchtrap, who was in Vanessa's account, is the one responsible for all those strange search histories and was threatening Vanessa's life. Vanessa decided to create a fake Fazbear IT department account to trick the new video game company into giving access into their systems so she can send Glitchtrap back and break him up into pieces so she can stop him once and for all. It failed, and Glitchtrap would later take over the body of a beta tester and using the fake IT department account that Vanessa had made when he was inside her account would use it to hack into Fazbear Entertainment systems. Fazbear knows that Vanessa isn't the hacker and believes that the hacker is the one responsible for the strange search histories and threats in Vanessa's account. They are technically right, but also believes that hacker is the one responsible for creating the fake IT department account. They are wrong. It was Vanessa, but she only did it to stop Glitchtrap. I hope that's not too confusing. Since Vanessa isn't fired from Fazbear, I would assume she made the obvious choice and eventually admitted she isn't the one who did it. I'm sure Vanessa would have loved to tell them the truth, but she would also have to tell them she only made the fake IT department account because an evil virus bunny thing was threatening her life. And yeah, not only would she have gotten fired, but she would have been sent straight to the insane asylum. So she made the right call here. Lewis also says he hasn't heard from her, but I guess she probably knows that. This means Vanessa hasn't been coming to work, and he knows why. It's because she's going through therapy. After Fazbear Entertainment realized Vanessa's account has been hacked, they realized that the hacker has been threatening Vanessa's life for seemingly weeks now. In fact, let's go all over the terrible things Glitchtrap has done while he was in Vanessa's account. So while Glitchtrap was in Vanessa's account, it had bought Viking Blood Eco Ritual calendars using Vanessa's money, which I'm actually surprised is a calendar for this. It had looked up ways to induce compliance and self-compliance in human subjects. It had searched for the word help, which it was in a way to try to demand Vanessa to help it. It had searched for how far can a human being be cut in half before losing consciousness, ordered 3 human male skin masks using Vanessa's money. It had ordered thumb screws and had it delivered to her place of work. It had bought a book on human dissection and the anatomical models of human organs, and pretending to be Vanessa's boyfriend called Brad and sending her flowers and chocolates with a card saying "for her grave" using her money. So yeah, not only was Vanessa's life the last few weeks a living hell, but she's also lost a lot of money. Fazbear Entertainment is going to make Vanessa go to therapy to help deal with the ordeal she went through, and is going to pay for her therapy sessions. This would explain why Vanessa has anxiety and is taking calming protocols. It's because for the last few weeks, her life was being threatened. But if you think Fazbear Entertainment is doing this out of the kindness of their heart, then you are completely wrong. You see, this entire incident happened on their watch, in their company. Lewis should have told them what was going on with Vanessa, but he didn't. He still technically works for Fazbear, and Vanessa's life has been threatened for weeks under their supervision. She could technically sue the company for this, but she won't. But sending Vanessa to therapy to help deal with this incident isn't the only reason why Fazbear is paying for Vanessa's therapy. There's another deeper hidden reason why, and they're going to be monitoring Vanessa like a hawk until they get what they need from her. But there's a small problem. Vanessa is having an encrypted conversation with someone, and Fazbear Entertainment has no idea what they are talking about. Now, let's head back to Lewis. I know I've been destroying him in this video, but quite honestly, I think he's just misunderstood. While it's quite clear he has a small crush on Vanessa, everything he's done has been out of concern for her. He truly do care about her, and has been the only person willing to stay by her side and not assume the worst of her, when clearly he has every reason to do so. People like Lewis kinda has this ability where they can sense people just like them, and Lewis clearly sees a lot of himself in Vanessa. Hey Ness, you know what? I realize I'm always asking if you're okay, as if I'm some kind of perfect guy who's always okay and has everything figured out. So I just wanted to say, it's fine if you're not okay. I'm not always okay either. I mean, things are good. I got a good job, right? People think it's awesome that I work for Fazbear Entertainment. They think I play games all day. Does that happen to you too? I think they get confused because I do computer stuff, but I don't work on the actual games. So whenever people hear I do computer stuff and I work for Fazbear, they assume I work on games. Then they're disappointed, and I'm disappointed for disappointing them. It's kind of a bummer. I like my job. It's okay though. It's where I met you after all. I guess I just thought I know what I was doing with my life by now. I thought if I studied hard and got a good job, everything else would fall into place. Turns out all I learned by studying hard to get a good job was to study and work. All that time I thought other people were wasting, dating and hanging out, doing nothing. They were learning how to date and hang out. I never really got the hang of that stuff. That's why I'm spending Saturday night writing to a beautiful girl who never writes back. I wish you would write back or talk to me at work like the other day. I felt like you really got me that day. I know I don't totally get you, Ness, but I want to, if you would just let me. Lewis.
It's just like my life! In a way.
It's clear that Lewis is a hard worker and is socially awkward, same as Vanessa, and saw someone just like him to be friends. And while he did come off as a bit creepy, he was the only one who believed in Vanessa. He's been her one true friend in Fazbear, and Vanessa recognizes that. That's why, despite everything that's happened, him getting transferred to a different position and Vanessa now being monitored by Fazbear, they still talk to each other, because Vanessa values his friendship. And yes, Vanessa and Lewis are friends. While it's a small detail, Lewis is the only one to ever call Vanessa Ness, as everyone else calls her Vanessa or VA. Nicknames are mostly given by your friends. Let's establish how long Vanessa has been going to therapy for. She had 38 sessions before this one. So if we were to make the assumption that each therapy session is once a week, which should be the standard, I know it differs from person to person, then we can say that 38 divided by 4 equals 9 months and a half. Pretty serious, but not that bad. But unfortunately, we got a small problem. The therapist says this in the beginning.
Well, it's been a while since we last spoke.
This means we could assume that Vanessa has had a small break while attending her sessions, meaning that 9 months may not be very accurate. She could have been going for longer. I bring this up because Fazbear Entertainment has been monitoring Vanessa for seemingly months now and found out everything was normal. So for a while, they may have decided to make her stop going to therapy and save some money. But once they found out she was having an encrypted conversation with someone, they demanded her to go back to therapy to find out what they could. This is why this specific retro CD is called CD1, Vanessa's 39th session, because it's the beginning of some brand new information. Well, that was fun. So, how many more CDs do we have left? Would you believe my original goal was to go through all of Vanessa files in one video? So yeah, each CD has a lot of information, so I'm making this into a series. I will try to get through as much CDs as I could in each video, but basically, I'm not going to make the videos that long. I hope you guys enjoyed this, but remember, this is my interpretation of the events in Security Breach. There are millions of theories out there, and all I'm doing is presenting you with my own. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and remember,
there is more going on here than you realize.